Hello, welcome to IMHO.
In my homosexual opinion, I'm Auntie Yes God Yes Mammogram Chan.
And I'm Dixie Lynn, Fartshite UK. Welcome back to IMHO, the show that you have come to expect a week late. Chan, I owe you an apology.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the reason that James Mansfield was on last week's show. And I just feel like she brought a lot of strobe effects to her square, and I didn't prepare you for that. And I know that you're photosensitive, and I just want to say I'm sorry.
I appreciate that you brought her on. I think it's really good that we give back to our community by giving them a voice. And I think that's what we did.
Representation matters.
Big bimbos.
Ma'am, how are you? What is new? How are the babies?
You know, the babies are great. Time is such a strange concept to me. Like, I looked at a picture of Rock'em Sakura and remembered being at Sidetrack, and I was like, that happened this season. Rock'em Sakura was on this season, and we reviewed this. It just wowed me. It feels like we've been doing this forever.
It is hard to believe that we started this adventure at Sidetrack because it feels like we've been watching Drag Race at home for years.
For eons.
Well, we're on episode 12, girl. 12 episodes.
True.
That's 2 full seasons in the UK.
We're almost...
Why do we make everything so long here?
I would like to know. I thought Drag Race UK was like the perfect length.
Exactly. We make everything too long. That's why we need prison reform. Everything is too long. Sorry.
Senators, congresspeople.
The only thing I think we should lengthen in this country is the time that President Trump is allowed to turn this ship around. You know, if we could give him a 3rd, 4th, 5th term, who knows what could happen.
Yeah, to really clean it up, to really just burn it all to the ground.
We'll start over. You know, from the ashes rises Republican babies. That's my dream.
I remember that Bible verse.
So, should we get into episode 12? We've only done this 11 times before. So, should we try and get this right with the 12th one?
Sure, why not?
So, we started off, so sad. We start off, Heidi is gone. Not only was it sad that we lost her, but her final mirror message, she signed Heidi something. So, she left not only defeated, but she left not knowing who she was.
With an identity crisis.
With an identity crisis. What happened at the airport when they asked for ID? Did she just burst into tears?
She just combusts into flames. I don't know.
Exactly, which actually gets you early boarding on Southwest. So it actually worked in her favor. And then, boom, the power goes off.
Whoa. And then Gigi narrates what's happening. So the power goes out, and we have to move on to the Untuck room. This storyline...
I'm so glad that you caught that. I'm so glad you caught that because I thought that was so weird. Why is she explaining what is very clearly happening in front of us?
The storytelling in this show is very like lead you by your hand if you can't tell what's going on already. Stop leading my hand. I know what's going on.
To be fair, this is brought to you by VH1, so it is the network that has to hold the hand of their audience.
Do you remember Bad Girls Club?
Of course. Now that was Oxygen. That was not.
Oh, that's Oxygen.
VH1.
Okay, never mind.
VH1 is like Rock of Love and that bullshit. Bad Girls Club. Now that was a moment in history.
They really pushed the girls on Bad Girls Club.
And they were ready to push back. Okay.
And push back they did.
What I just think is so funny though is this is such an overly produced show. Why not just wait? Was it really something where they forgot to pay the power bill in one room and ComEd was closed that weekend? Why not just wait and reshoot? I didn't see a reason for any of that.
It must be really tight wherever they're at. Got to keep things rolling. We have a schedule that we got to stick to, so.
Oh yeah, there are union bosses. I'm sure that were you gotta get going on this. That's my union boss. So they go to Untucked. Jackie makes a reference that I was obsessed with, but it's an older person reference. She said that she has no wins. She is now the Susan Lucci of this competition. Did you know what that meant?
No. Did you?
Okay, I did. So Susan Lucci is a soap opera legend. She was on All My Children for 84 years, and she was nominated for a Daytime Emmy for like 16 times
Mm-hmm.
and never won. She won like on her 18th try or something. So it kind of became this running gag that like, yeah, Susan Lucci will always be nominated because Jackie was like, I'm always in the top, but she'll never win. All My Children was my mom's favorite soap opera. And whenever I come home from school, it was always playing. And it was the first time I ever cursed. She had it on, and Susan Lucci said, "You bastard," and slapped someone. But I didn't know the bastard was a curse word. So, you know, when you get home from school and you're kind of hyped up and, you know, you're looking for a pizza roll, I was like all hyped up and I was like, "You bastard," and slapped the TV. My mom got the liquid soap, chased me down, held me down, and squirted half the bottle in my mouth. Yeah. So I've always had a thing. Susan Lucci and I, we see each other. That's all I'm saying.
Is that why you like liquid soap so much now?
Yeah, it gets the inside of my mouth very clean.
Oh, you nasty.
It's called Trauma. Thank you.
Mm.
So the next day, they pay their light bill and the lights come back on, which is great. So they're able to erase the message finally from Heidi, which I thought was just like another kind of unnecessary moment because it was just a reminder that they didn't have power in one room.
Right.
So we find out that the Mini and Maxi-challenge are both revolving around RuPaul's Drag Race live in Vegas. Do you think once this pandemic is over, do you think your first trip will be to Vegas to see RuPaul's Drag Race live?
The only reason I would go to Vegas is for the buffet.
Mm-hmm.
But if buffets are outlawed because of this, we can throw the whole city away.
There is a lot happening in that city besides buffets. We've got 24-hour limo services, which is important for bar mitzvahs and bachelorette parties.
Okay.
We have a solid, reliable weekly work for Derek Barry.
It sounds like her utopia.
Honestly, it kind of does.
It sounds like her vision, and I'm happy for her.
She takes a limo everywhere. She only goes to buffets.
She's not that innocent.
JB is barking in her sleep in the background. She does it a lot.
JB.
It's so cute. I think she's dreaming about Derek Barry in Vegas.
JB.
So the mini challenge, they have to make a Vegas showgirl headdress. They bring out these little like gold panties and then a bunch of feathers. And then they come out in their look and their makeup is done. Some of them are in fully realized costumes and none of them have on what was on that rack that was brought in by the pit crew.
Right.
What was happening there?
Jada fully had a costume ready. I think we talked about this before too. They get a list of challenges and they're not told what is a mini or a maxi. So Jada probably brought a maxi for everything.
Yeah, that was it all looked very planned. And she was like, "You've got 30 minutes." And then they're like pulling all these feathers and they're really rushing. And then suddenly they're in fully realized costumes and everyone has their makeup done. Okay, Rue, it's the finale. We are exhausted at this point. So we'll give you this one. No comment.
Mm-hmm.
As every girl does in every season, we had Jada, Crystal, and Jackie all kind of lean on what they're known for now from this season. So in the mini challenge, Jada's saying, "I'm confused, why am I here?" Which is a throwback to her political thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we had Crystal basically be Phenomenal Phil. And then Jackie talked about her merkin and made Muppet sounds. Now the Muppet sounds were new for Jackie.
Mm-hmm.
What did we think
something.
about the Muppet sounds? Oh, hang on a second, I'm sorry. That's JB's food. It automatically...
Dropping the kibbles.
Yeah, so loud.
Enjoy.
JB, it's food time.
Come to
It's
the
time
couch.
to eat. That's it. That's your food. Oh, she's come to the couch.
Don't let her sit on me.
Come on, come sit right behind Chan. Sit right on her butt.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Oh, she's right on top of you. Don't worry, I'm gonna pet her behind you.
Okay, thank you. I'm sitting on a
Okay.
dog right now.
Girl, all I do is sit on dogs. Okay. That's all I
Okay,
do.
hot dog,
Okay.
right. At 7-Eleven.
Okay. Oh. The winner of the mini challenge, which what a mini challenge to go out on, was Gigi. She won a trip for two to Vegas. Get this. Chan, are you ready? Are you sitting down?
Yes.
Oh wait, you are. You're on my couch. You're sitting on my couch.
I'm enjoying your couch.
She wins 2 tickets to RuPaul's Drag Race Live in Vegas. If I were Gigi and I had just won that, I think I would just quit the competition, because where else do you go from there?
I feel like she's going to be working for that kind of show. Like, she's getting a preview of what work is going to be like.
Which is a good transition into the Maxi-challenge. So the Maxi-challenge was a medley of songs from the actual show. I thought this was a great Maxi-challenge for the finale for that reason, because it basically is kind of showing these are the shows that they're going to be involved in. Not just the Vegas show, but like the touring shows. They're all kind of this silly callback to the show song and dance thing. So it kind of showed, do these girls have what it takes to actually be a part of the everyday kind of working as a RuPaul girl? They have to create a rap verse, which, you know, is my dream. To finally get my rhymes on VH1.
Oh, you spit?
Oh, would you like to hear me make me spit right now? Would you like me to spit my rhymes?
You may spit.
Okay, here we go. My name is Dixie, and I'm here to say I'm sitting on a couch.
And I'm here to slay.
Hang on, no, don't help me. I got it. And I'm grateful. Did that work?
Yes. The number one rule about rap, be humble.
So they have to make their rap verse in the song "Losing is the New Winning," which I really enjoy the title of that song.
It's kind of relatable.
It's kind of relatable, and it's very American. To be like, you know what? Even if we lose, we're still winning. So, USA.
Nah, we won.
Crystal's kind of in her head a little. So Gigi says that she really wants Crystal in the top 4 with her. So she needs to stop getting in her own way. And she says emotions suck. As someone who doesn't feel human emotions, I agree. I don't get it. You know, like, I understand when I see an animal suffer, I understand that because it sexually excites me. But like, people's emotions, I don't get.
Unbox that for me.
That's for Patreon.
Actually,
I'm gonna unbox that on Patreon only.
You know, they're giving all these emotions, not knowing that they're gonna lip sync over a Zoom chat. Oh, they don't know?
Yes! As they're getting so excited to make it to the top 4, and I'm like, you're making it to a Zoom. You're going to a Zoom.
You're gonna lip sync through a webcam.
Somebody tweeted, can you imagine losing the crown because your internet lagged?
Oh.
You have like bad signal, and they're like, okay, fine, let's move on to the next girl.
Sorry, 2.5G ain't enough.
You have to pay your cable bill, or you cannot be America's Next Drag Superstar. You just can't.
Oh my god, 5G. Did you see Fran Drescher tweet something about 5G telephone towers?
I did.
And how it's
So
destroying
sad.
animals?
Ma'am, you did not survive cancer and then have a revival of your career due to the survival of cancer to then go down like this. So we go to the recording studio. It lasts forever. Why are they recording 20 feet away from the people helping them record? Did you notice that? So the 2 guys that were helping them record were on one side of the stage, and then the queen was on the other side of the stage. Was that just like social distancing? Like,
preemptive.
was that foreshadowing?
Miss Rona.
Miss Rona.
Miss Rona.
They can predict
the 13th
some things,
queen.
not everything. The only thing I wrote down for this was I like freckle arms. I like the guy that had the freckle on his arms.
Oh, okay. Just how everyone raps, it's kind of like a nursery rhyme. My name is this, and I'm going to tell you what I do, and I am fierce, and I walk like this, and I do this, that, and I'm like, where's the blood? I'll eat you up. Where was that?
Are you saying that you're a motherfucking monster?
Remember episode 1?
Then we go to dancing with Jamal Sims, who we know and love as part of the Drag Race family. He's also the director of Drag Race Live Vegas Time USA. He's directed Derek Barry, so you know he's been through a lot. He's doing the choreography, which I prefer. I like him because I feel like he works with the girls. It seems like he adapts his choreography and actually explains it to the girls. Unlike when Tadra Call comes in and is like, all right, here's what we're gonna do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you can't do it, you can't do it. I hate that shit. I hate that. One thing that I thought was really funny was Jamal, when he was working with Jackie, Jackie's booty jiggled, and he goes, "Oh, I noticed that booty jiggle." Like, he pointed it out, and I was like, I think Jamal wants to rim Jackie. Jamal Sims, would you like to Jamal rim Jackie?
Also, not the GameStop booty. Not her little GameStop trade, buy, and sell booty.
She had a cute little booty.
Cute little booty. What you gonna get? Call of Duty and Battlefield 3?
Yeah, and Snowboard Kids.
And Snowboard Kids Tony Hawk's edition.
Sure. It is the morning of the elimination, the challenge, the runway. We start out the day with a glass filled with vodka from Mickey's WeHo, which is what I like to have at 8 a.m. Come on, Mickey's, getting that sponsorship in under the wire.
Come on, promo for a club that can't be open.
We will give you $50 if you'll just put our cups there. Can you put our cups on that table? And Rue's like, absolutely. They're getting ready. Of course, you know, they have to have some sort of conversation as they're getting ready. They've already shared all their traumas, so they can't tap into that. But they do talk about, what was your first impression of me? Jackie said about Gigi, when she saw her in the pirate look, she thought, oh, is this the costume campy queen? And then Gigi breaks the fourth wall and looks directly into the camera, like... And then she said, costume, Mama, that's a look. Gigi, I love you. I think your looks are amazing, but they're costumes. They're high-fashioned versions of the costumes. But Mama, those are costumes.
Those are costumes. You're portraying a character, which is a costume, and it's fine.
She definitely elevates it. It's not just a costume. It's not something that I wear often. It's good. Jackie also, Jackie, she was on a roll. She says to Jada that she didn't notice how incredible she painted until Jada was painted like an apple.
Oh.
Which I just thought was so funny. She's like, I didn't notice until the improv challenge. And Jada goes, when I was painted like an apple?
She knows she's going down, so she has to, like, shake everybody up.
You know, said it from the beginning, it's executive producer Jackie Wolf. She's putting her hat on, and she's like, what can I do on my way out? Let's go ahead and let's take it to the runway. Runway. Now, I texted you this while I was watching the show. RuPaul, she came out in that black sequin dress with the big kind of like brooch necklace looking thing on. The hair, the makeup, flawless. That gown, this is the finale episode. And you wore like grandma's gown. Like it made her look so old.
I thought it looked pretty regal. But you know that I have like taste for like the MILF, the older lady.
She looked beautiful and the gown is fine. It just, for some reason, I don't know if it was like the big like stone in the middle, the cut of it. I don't know what it was, but it just read older to me. And I wanted this like big final runway. And maybe because we know that there's not going to be another runway. We know the next time we see her in drag, she'll be sitting in her bathroom at home. But I don't know. I was a little want about it. At least she didn't show up in a sequin tracksuit like cartoon. So, you know, you take the good, you take the bad. We get into Drag Race Live. It opens with Baby We Made It, and they're all in their entrance looks. Adorbs. Adorable. What was your thoughts?
I thought it was really cool to see them go full circle. I forgot all about those costumes, and when they had them on, I was like, how sweet for them. And I'm sure it gave them kind of a really cool experience to put on that costume because you feel a certain way with certain outfits. I think I bet it was fun for them.
As a viewer, it definitely reminded me that like, oh my God, their dreams came true. And here they are, like full circle moment, back in their entrance looks. I can imagine they probably felt like they probably had goosebumps during that. I hate the cheese of a Rusical, but that moment got me, I'll be honest. The funny thing to me was that every time they cut to Ru, she's singing along like Oprah. You know, she's singing along. She actually knew the words, but I think this song only had 7 words. Baby, we made it, Baby, we made it, These are songs from the Vegas show. So is the Vegas show like one big Rusical?
It feels that way, based off of what they've shown.
Would you fly to Vegas for a Rusical?
I don't know. People have kids, and you know the kids need something to do.
That's true. We gotta get the kids to this show.
For the children, as they say, for the children.
If you are watching and you have a child who hasn't seen this Rusical live, please leave their name, date of birth, a list of their fears, and exactly where they'll be at midnight 2 weeks from now. And we will take them to Vegas. Then we get to their getting ready number, where they're in their silk robes and they're getting ready in the mirrors that don't exist. Have you ever seen that number from the actual show?
No, but I wish I thought of it.
There's a video that Lee Dawson posts a lot. He posted it, I think, even today. Cameron Michaels cutting to Derek Barry doing this number.
Oh, wait. I've seen this posted, yes. That's top tier. That's what I'm paying for.
That's pee pee poo poo, mama. That's pee pee poo poo. Okay, that's top tier. Top tier comedy?
Yes.
Girl, do you know, okay, Derek Barry has become part of my story because of how vocal I am about her. And it's come to this thing, I think I like her now. I respect that she's created this career that works for her. It doesn't work for me, but it works for her. You can't fault her for that.
Gives you something to talk about. And you do talk about.
I do talk about her a lot. I really do. So can't wait for All Stars. Jackie and Redacted do a little emotional moment, which I thought was cute. Mm-hmm. I thought Jackie sounded great. Then they move over to Crystal and Gigi. Did you know Gigi could sing? I mean, she did the Madonna Rusical, but like this, she sang.
Yeah, she hit those notes.
Did you hear that vibrato?
I'll give it to her.
She sounded good.
Gigi good.
She sounded Gigi good with an E. Then we find out that Jada cannot sing at all. Singing is not for her, but she looked like an actual Barbie. So she can do whatever she wants. I don't care. Her robe kept falling back and we could see her collarbone that she had highlighted. Get out of here. Get out.
Shoo.
Stay out.
Shoo.
The moment of the episode that made me just cringe, like just my butthole fell out of my body, is when they cut to them in their robes looking in a mirror all as a group, and they show the mirror with the fog behind it and they're singing into the mirror like it's that California sketch from SNL. It's clownery.
It's foolery. Buffoonery.
Do you think I wanted to drink Haterade tonight? No, I did not.
No, but I was sitting at home going boo. I thought it was fine.
Yeah, it was fine, I guess. So then we go to the final song, which is Losing is the New Winning. They get to all do like a little singing, dancing verse as well as their rap. So I just wrote down some like highlights from that. Gigi coming out in her red look with like the heart and the red hair. So beautiful.
That made sense. All of that just made sense.
That heart that went into this tiny waist, I can't.
And you know what? We saw the nipple. Usually I'd be mad at seeing nipple. I didn't mind the nipple.
No.
I said, hello, nipple.
No, if anything, add a few extra. Let me see them all.
Let me see
more. If
you got more, show them.
I thought Jada absolutely had the best rap. Not only was she just entertaining to watch, but also the way they had set it up where she just twirled down the line of boys. There's just a power move when you make men line up and you play with them as toys. That's a power move.
I thought it was a pretty solid number. They were really trying to sell the show. I don't think I'm gonna go see it, but I hope that people go out and see it.
There is an audience for it. It may not be IMHO, but there is an audience for that show.
Now, if they do it on Zoom, I may tune in.
Now, if it's a Zoom opportunity, I would love to see that. One thing that did kind of hit me after I watched it, there was like 45-minute, hour-long breaks between each segment. So the judges didn't actually get to see the final product that we did. Here's the first part of the number. All right, you got 45 minutes. Everyone change. I was like,
true.
Oh, wait, that must have been so boring to watch. Carson must have taken that tracksuit on and off multiple times. He probably lost 2 or 3 sequins.
Wrote a bunch of one-liners in there.
Then let's take it to the runway. It's eleganza extravaganza. Mm-hmm. The fact that she said eleganza extravaganza and we all immediately knew what that meant. We were all like, yeah, of course, go ahead.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Crystal, blue velvet, pantsuit thing. What did we think?
I thought it was cute. I thought it was Crystal method. The makeup was cute. Did not like the shoe. I wish we had a goofy shoe.
Goofy. The goofier the better.
The goofier the better.
If Nikki had been there, she would have been able to have
She would have been able to deliver a good goofy shoe.
She just would have put baguettes on her foot. She'd walked out. I enjoyed it because it's Crystal method. I do have to say, I thought her legs looked like they were made of farts.
Farts?
I thought they were just Yeah, I thought they were just filled with farts. They just looked like, she looked like she had fart legs, is what I'm trying to say. I like that she had the turban on. It reminded me of Pee Wee Herman had that like floating head in a box. Mm-hmm. Wasn't he blue? Then we had Gigi Good in her blue 70s tux dress with the headgear.
Loved that. Loved the concept. I love that
So
someone
smart.
did the face brace thing.
Yeah, and to take on this, I'm sorry, Gigi, but take on this costumey look and do it in such an elevated way for the finale, I loved it. I love that she brought this silly kind of like wink and nod to the finale runway. I thought that was so fun.
That's drag. That's drag.
That's drag, mama.
That's drag.
And that's Gigi's drag. And that is good with an E drag. Okay. Then we had Jackie. She was in this 50s kind of Dior bow, looked like wrapping paper dress. It was made by Mondo from Project Runway. Mondo comes to Chicago every now and then. And I've cornered him at Berlin once or twice while he was wasted. And I was like, hey, you like to make clothes? Yeah, I wear clothes. Needless to say, that has not paid off. But we'll see. One day.
You like to
One day.
make clothes.
But I thought she looked pretty. I thought it was a great Jackie finale dress. I'm never gonna be mad at a blue hair. So yeah.
It did look like
Looking
wrapping
good.
paper.
Was it paper?
Was it paper?
Finally, we had our precious, our beautiful Jada Essence Hall. I love that Jamal Sims immediately made the Coming to America reference because that is immediately what I thought of. Have you ever seen Coming to America?
Mm-hmm.
She looked stunning. The fact, okay, I'm sorry, I can't breathe. The fact that her hair matched the dress, that she had the gold accents on the dress and then the goldish blonde accents in the hair. Are you a drag superstar, ma'am?
Huh? Yeah. She
I thought
deserves
she
it. Give it
looked
to her.
so-
I'll say it. She deserves it.
Drag excellence.
Drag. Yep. Head to toe,
Oh.
all her too.
I'm getting hot just thinking about it. She's so good at drag. So then we go to the judges' critiques. One of my favorite moments was just how Rue was gushing over everyone. You can tell that Rue feels very similarly to us in that this is one of the best seasons they've had in a long time. I love that. Good for those girls. They've been thrown a lot of curveballs this season, unfortunately. But one thing that we cannot take away from them is the fact that they are a solid cast.
Yeah. Ready to win. They are ready to win.
Ready
I'm so
to
glad
win.
that they're trying to revive it too.
We haven't felt this way for a while. When was the last season that you felt so excited about how strong the cast is?
Bob's season, we had Naomi and Kim from Chicago on there, and they all really brought their entertainment, especially Bob. Loved Bob. Bob's probably my favorite winner too.
I agree with you. I came to that realization recently because I always felt like Alaska was like my favorite winner. But I think Bob the drag queen is just a solid comedian.
Yeah.
And that, you can never go wrong with her. She is one of those people, you pull her into any situation. You pull her into Trixie and Katya when Katya is not able to be there. She does it.
Just
You
naturally.
pull her in
funny.
with Monet Exchange, she just does it. She's natural and she's incredible. You're telling me that you have Naomi Smalls and Kim Chi, two of the best drag queens in the world. You are competing with them and it is still so clear that you're gonna win because you're just so good.
That was like the best top three. Like Kim, Naomi, and Bob, I think. Oh, the flavor.
Agreed. Yeah.
Well, there
So
was a
good.
fourth one.
That was back when they only did a top three, which I prefer. I prefer crowning a winner based on the entire season and not on some bullshit lip sync. So Gigi won. Gigi won the final. She is now entering into the top with 4 wins. And then we find out Jada, of course, is moving on to the finale. Redacted Pie was supposed to move on to the finale until we found out, that she's a monster. And that leaves one spot, Jackie or Crystal. What did we think of the lip sync?
Not entertained, to be honest.
Yeah, not great.
The
The
song.
song choice was weird. Not the best J-Lo song.
Yeah, On the Floor by J-Lo. It was a bop, though. It did slap in the club.
I agree with you. Every time I've been in the club and I've heard that song, I have definitely slapped. To give them credit, they are competing to be in the final 4 of RuPaul's Drag Race. So the pressure for this lip sync is at like a 12. Crystal fell into her phenomenal fill stuff. I get why she did. You know, it worked for her last week. She's like, I'm just gonna keep doing this. And then Jackie, I don't know if maybe because Jackie's dress took up so much space, but I was drawn to her. She was really using that dress as a prop, and I commend her for that. I don't think it was the lip sync. I think it was the track record that eventually sent Jackie home. It was her third time in the bottom. Crystal had never been in the bottom. Crystal has a win. Jackie doesn't have a win. I think it was kind of written in the stars.
Mm-hmm. And I think she also came prepared with an exit speech too. And Rue was like, I think we've heard enough. And just smiled and nodded. And she was like, okay, bye-bye.
That is my nightmare, but also kind of my dream. To be talking so much that Rue's like, please just honestly go. We've been here for 18 hours. It's time. There's an unmarked white van waiting for you. Please get in it.
For you to cry out of.
Yeah, so I guess we're moving on with the top 3 with a live Zoom lip sync.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
I know.
I don't know, man.
I know. I hate the lip sync format. I absolutely hate it. I think if we had the lip sync format, Bianca Del Rio would not be a winner. Bob might not even be a winner going against Naomi. So maybe this will kind of propel Drag Race back into the top 3 thing. Mm-hmm. Maybe they'll reconsider it. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's better to do top 3 too, because you already have this competition that kind of runs a bunch of tests on you to see how well-rounded you are, and you should consider the overall score, because lip syncing is just like one part of a drag performance, and drag is so beyond mouthing the words to a song, I think.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about like Asia O'Hara murdered butterflies, and that's like what her final grade of the entire season came down to. Oh, your butterflies are dead. It doesn't matter what you did for the last 12 episodes. We're gone. Bye. It just, there's just something very off about it. How do we feel about this top 3 though? Good top 3.
Yeah, it's they have our picks. Do you remember episode 1 where we made our picks and you said Jade and I should
Yes.
look?
What's the bet though? I know you're doing a mukbang if Gigi wins, but what is mine?
Better get your Corona hands off my face.
I'm gonna make you over. I love that both of our picks are in there. They're clearly the top 2. So glad Crystal is there. I don't think she stands a chance, but love her. Happy she's there.
Jackie's got Miss Congeniality. Probably.
No, I think Heidi's gonna be Miss Congeniality.
Oh, Heidi. Yeah, because Jackie's a little shady sometimes.
Jackie played the producer role too often.
True.
For her to get Miss Congeniality. She had to stir the shit while they were putting on their brows.
Her trophy is a credit, a film credit.
A producer credit. There you go. All right, so before we head out of here, of course, we need to take it to our intern. Now, we've been listening to her in our ear, and she has said nothing of merit. So we'll see what happens here. Please give it up. Why do I say that? Please give it up for Alexis P. Bevels.
Thank you, Dixie. Everyone, welcome back to the Intern Minute. My name is Intern Alexis P. Bevels, and today the P stands for Put Your Pants Back On. So I'm not wearing any pants. Dixie told a story about saying bastard and slapping the TV. Hilarious, by the way. She still does that, actually. Fun fact. It's so weird. One time I heard the phrase, suck it, I think. And I didn't know what it meant, so rather than just asking what it meant, I decided to say that to my father on a bike ride. And he yelled at me, and I cried. My 15th birthday, I spent at Joe's Crab Shack with a few choice friends, and they told the waitstaff, and the waitstaff made me get on the table and sing happy birthday to myself in a pair of angel wings, and I cried. That's actually why I've never had crabs, is because there was that traumatic of an experience. I can't step foot in a Joe's Crab Shack anymore, much less a Red Lobster. Baguettes on the feet. I wrote baguettes on the feet, and I don't know what that means. But that reminds me of that movie, Benny and June. You know when those are both. Johnny Depp puts the baguettes on the forks, and he does the little foot thing. I actually did that at a restaurant once, and my mom got so mad at me, she yelled at me, and I cried. I cried a lot as a teenager. Well, that does it for the Intern Minute. Back to you, Dixie and Shan.
We also want to thank everyone who's continued to donate to us through our Venmo. We are just so thankful for anything and everything. So we want to go through those names. Chan, you got a song ready?
Pull up in the monster, automobile gangster with a bad bitch that came from Sri Lanka. Yeah, man, that's Anka, Kala, Willy Wonka. You could be the king, but watch the queen. Okay, first things first, I eat your brains. Then I'm talking go teeth and fangs.
Because that's what a motherfucking monster do.
Head to talk about it's a monster do.
Also, we want to thank the Patreon. We actually did get you a little early access this week, thank God. Oh, I had to get that James Mansfield edit out. She had so much to say, but nothing to say at the same time. Does that make sense?
I feel that way.
We have only 2 more episodes
wow.
of Drag Race.
It's coming to an end. Who knew it'd end like this? Who knew?
I mean, we did because we called the top 2. But yes, I will see you next week. Please take care of the kitties.
Okay, will do. Take care of JB. Bye, JB.
Oh, bye, JB. Well, she's not even in the same room. What am I waving at? Bye.
If I was gonna rap, if I was gonna make a rap, my name's Alexis. I'm a scientist in labs. And if you ask me, I'd say I never had crabs. Walking to the park with a shoe in my bag. Someday I'll have a car, and it may even be a Jag. War, double rhyme. You can't stop me in this time. My name is Alexis, and that's just fine with me, okay? Don't look at me like that. I'll slap you silly, and I'll call you Matt. You know, sometimes in the comments, people say, Alexis got so high before the intern minute. And usually it's wrong. I don't usually. My eyes are just very small. In fact, if I ever have TV money, I'm going to get them fixed so they open up real big. I'm never high until today. Bye.